Prantech Academy is an edtech company that produces different educational products for schools and students. The company has branches across the globe. Recently, they are having customer satisfaction problems. Customers are beginning to lose interest in them and their products. Emily, the company's vice president, has commissioned you, the product manager, to conduct a survey to check the level of customer satisfaction across the globe in order to find the missing puzzle. To dive into the issues and provide data-driven solutions. After meeting with your team, you agree to use the Google form to get information from clients. These will then be compiled and analyzed using Google Sheets. Hi there, my name is Benga Oyebaju, a Google certified data analyst. Join me on Saturday, 9th April at 10 a.m. for an exclusive training that is tagged Google Sheets Masterclass. Training that will help you put data into use to solve business problems. See you in class. Two most commonly used spreadsheet programs by data analysts around the world are Microsoft Excel and Google Sheets. Almost everything you can do in one relates to the other. The knowledge of one is certainly applicable in the other one. Basically, the same functions, structure, and manipulations. But for the sake of this course, we will concentrate on Google Sheets. And if you are comfortable with Microsoft Excel, fine. 95% of what we'll be learning in this course is applicable to you. Google Sheets is a free web-based spreadsheet application that is provided by Google, and it is within the Google Drive service. The application is also available on other mobile platforms. Google Sheets allow users to edit, organize, and analyze different types of information. The awesome part of it is it allows collaboration with multiple users in real time. Anytime a change is made, it is synchronized almost immediately. So with this intro, I want to welcome you to this webinar once again, which I've tagged Google Sheets Masterclass. This is a practical step-by-step training on data analysis with Google Sheets. And it is for all Excel and non-Excel users. But before we go, I want every one of us to do something real quick. If you have your other device, maybe your other smartphone, I want you to quickly log into slido.com and join with this code 303557. Now, this is an interactive session, and joining via this platform will give you a voice to participate actively in what we are doing. Slido.com 303557, or if you have your QR code scanner, kindly scan the code showing on the screen, and straight you are in the chatting room put into this training. Slido.com, you'll be asked for meeting code. It is 303557. But make sure you are in this meeting. Probably you are using another device, or you want to open so many browsers. Thank you. Now let's move on. Like I said, Google Sheets is a free web-based spreadsheet that is provided by Google that allows users to edit, organize, and analyze different types of information with good presentation. Now, the beautiful thing is this: it is free, and anybody that has a Gmail account has access to all Google products for free. So if you have a Gmail account, you are good to go. And if you don't, quickly open one, because we'll be doing some real-time and online analysis together. I am Benga Ibaju. I'll be your facilitator for today. I'm a Google certified data analyst, and I've done pretty well in education sector and in data analysis and also in project management. I've guided many corporations to take profitable decisions that are grounded in data, and I've tutored thousands of beginners, intermediate and advanced learners of Microsoft and other data analysis tools like Python, Power BI, and all SQL and all of that. So I'm glad to be your coach for today, to be your trainer. Please feel free to interact as we go. Now, we are going to start from here. If you are in Slido, you should see the active poll showing. And the question is, what stage are you with Excel? Keep it coming, keep the poll coming. We have 67% beginners and we have 43% intermediates. Keep it coming. 9 people have already voted on this poll. 14 people, keep it coming. So we have most people on the intermediate level for now. 15 of us have voted on this poll via the Slido platform, and 63% is on intermediate, beginners 39 for now, advanced 6. Let's keep it coming, let's keep it coming, because this will shape how we're going to move in this lecture and this training. We have most people on intermediate level, about 57%. I'll still give you some 20 seconds if you still want to impute your poll. All right, thank you. About 50% of us are on intermediate level. Oh no, beginners have taken over, I think 48% at par with intermediate. So summarily, quite a number of us are beginners, either beginners or intermediate. Good. Now we're going to concentrate on taking you from a nowhere level to a very advanced level. If you're on the intermediate, flow with us, you will learn as we go. And if you are a beginner, be sure we will carry you along. And the advanced learner, this will be like a refresher for you because most of your Excel skills will be very, very valuable here. All right, let's move on. In this course, we will learn how to access, create, format, and organize data. We will learn how to use formula and functions to do quick and better use of our data. We will analyze with charts and visuals. We will also explore using the Google AI option and collaboration with Sheets. We will also ultimately solve real business questions with data. So it's going to be in 2 parts. Part A will be getting started with Google Sheets. And the part B will be working on a real business situation and trying to solve a real life problem. Let us have a good ride together as we launch into Google Sheets. What advantage does Google Sheets have over Excel? Number 1, collaboration. The most immediate benefit of using Sheets is in the ability to collaborate in completely new way, where the old style that we use with Excel, that we have a master file and someone has to own it, then we'll have different versions of the file, sending via email and all of that. Google Sheets is absolutely a wonderful collaborating tool, and that gives it an edge over Microsoft Excel. Google Sheets also helps to work at a scale. We can connect Google Sheets to virtually any kind of ERP. We can connect it to Google BigQuery, We can connect it to SQL. We can import data from virtually anywhere in the world and from any website whatsoever. All of this we will do in these 3 weekends. Google Sheets create charts with just a click and can be linked to all other Google products like Google Slides and Google Doc. So you can embed your live sheets, your live charts, your live graphs inside Google Slide, and it will be updating in real time. Google Sheets also has version control. Like Excel, when it becomes too large, it crashes. But with Google Sheets, there's nothing like that. Even if 1 million persons work on the sheets, you can always revert to a previous version. And also, linking between sheets. There are a couple of ways to launch your Google Sheets. The first one I'm going to tell you is go to your browser and type sheets.google.com. sheets.google.com. I'm going to do that on a fresh tab, and I'm going to type in sheets.google.com. And when you type in sheets.google.com, it opens up your Sheets panel, especially if you have Gmail account, and it will show all the other sheets that you have opened prior. So all you need to do is click the create new spreadsheet plus icon. If I click this plus icon, automatically it is going to create a new spreadsheet for me. So that's one way to launch your Google Sheets. The second one I want to share with you, if you are launching a new one and you don't want to go through your Sheets icon or all of that, just type in a new browser, just type sheet.new. What this does is opens up a new and a fresh page for you instantly. And you can begin to work on the sheet and rename it and do all that you want to do. The third one I'm going to share with you is going through your Google Drive. Now, your Google Drive is an online storage that you have automatically if you sign in for Gmail. Now, this is my drive. Just go to your drive. You come to New. When you click New, then you go to Google Sheets. And there's an arrow in front. You can start a blank spreadsheet or from a template. So if you are clicking from a template, you'll be working with some installed template that Google has provided. But for the sake of this course, we will be starting with a fresh and blank spreadsheet. Now, our next assignment will be to import data or to bring in data into this our new spreadsheet. First thing first is give your spreadsheet a name. So I'm tagging this Google Sheets Masterclass. When you give your spreadsheet a name, another good thing to always do is if you look at the spreadsheet name, there's what we call star. When I click on that star, it always, in my drive, it will always prioritize this sheet. And anytime I log in, I see this sheet on top so that I can quickly access it. And you will see this button icon showing move. It is a very good thing to always save your sheets in a defined folder. So I'm going to click on that. Then I will define where I want these sheets to be stored. It's going to open all the folder in my drive. Then I will select the folder I want, or I create a new one. For the sake of this course, I'm going to select this and it will move into that folder. So it is good for organizing and for be able to find your worksheets easily. Now, we have our Google Sheets open. How do we get data into Google Sheets? Quite a number of ways. Number one, we can import data from other spreadsheets. By going to File, we can import from other spreadsheets and from any other file on your screen. First, we are going to import a new file into this spreadsheet. If I click on Import, it's going to open my drive, or rather, you want to check from your Shared With Me or your recent folder, or if you have a downloaded Excel spreadsheet or a CSV file, go to Upload. If I click Upload, I'm going to click this Select a File from your device tab, and it is going to open up my folder on my system. Then locate the file you want to upload. Like I said, if you already have an Excel sheet in your drive, you can upload it, and you can also upload a CSV file. What is a CSV file? I'm going to upload this CSV file. CSV means comma separated values. This is a kind of file that you download from online stores which you can work with. I'm going to upload this. I'll click on Open to upload this file. So this is one way of importing file into your spreadsheet. Now, it's asking me, do I want to create a new spreadsheet, or I want to insert a new sheet in the present one I'm working with, or I want to replace the spreadsheet? Whatever you want to do here, you select. So I want to say create a new spreadsheet. When you select that, just click on Import Data. So it's going to create a new spreadsheet for me with that CSV file imported into it. Now I'm going to open the imported file in a new spreadsheet. Now, this is one way of importing data into your spreadsheet. We'll come back to this data and work more on it. Now let me go back to where I have this empty one. Another way to work with spreadsheets is, now you have your spreadsheet opened and you can see the file function where we can import new, we can open a new one, we can download file, we can do all sorts. And we have the edit menu where we can do quick editing. All this will work on the sheet that I've just uploaded. Under view, we can show, we can freeze, we can group. Insert, we can insert a cell, row, column, a new sheet. We can insert chart, pivot table, images, drawings, and all of this we will work with. And under the format section, we can do all sorts of formatting. And under data, we can do so many data analysis on our sheets. Now, for new and beginners that are new to spreadsheet, spreadsheet is a combination of rows and columns. And the intersection of a row and a column is called a cell. Like I've put my cursor here, the column is labeled in alphabets, while the rows labeled in numbers. So if I click on any cell, cell is an intersection of a column and a row. So this cell I've selected is named B2. If you look at this portion, you see B2, which means I'm on column B, row 2. So I can begin to type into it. Let me say I want to get the data of some students and their performance in different subjects. First, I want to type the headers. Just type into the cells. every column should have an identifier. For this one, I'm having name as my title for my column, for this column B, and math here, English here. So what is expected of me that every row we have a unique record. So I'm going to put a record here now, probably put the score of that child. This child must be a very brilliant one. And the score, like that, just type in and notice something. When I type in a text is a couple of string. In data analysis, we call string letters and all of that. All the letters, they are naturally left aligned. It's aligned to the left, but numbers are aligned to the right. So this is another way of Google Sheets identifying your number formats. So if you see a number aligned to the left, then it is not a number. I'm going to add something to this. You can see this is no more a number. It is now a text because it's aligned to the left, because I have added another character and or something. So if I remove it, it goes back to the right. That's another way to quickly check if your data is correct. So that's the simple way of imputing text in cell. We can expand colon this way. We can reduce it, and we can do all of that. Now let's go to the imported file that we have and begin to use all these features on this data. As you can see, this data is not pretty, aligned and clean. We are going to do justice to that. First thing first, identify your headers. The headers are in row 1. That's indicators, unit, subgroup area, and all of that. It's a good practice to make your headers to be distinguished from your other data. So for this one, I've highlighted my headers, and I will do a quick formatting by going to, it's either you go to format and you begin to use the text and all of that. But we have quick icons here that we are going to use that Google Sheets has provided for us. Highlight your first row, click on B. B means bold. If I click on bold, you can see that it has bolded my header for me. Then I can also, to make the header distinguish, maybe I want to put a fill color. If you see this icon with a cup pouring down like a paint, when I click it, I can put a fill color. Maybe I want to make it gray so that it is well distinguished from the other data that I have. At any point in time, you can type in your questions. I will attend to them on the chat room. All right. That's the first thing I want to do. I can see that my header is distinguished from my data. Now, some words are being chopped off here. One thing you can do is go to the side of that column, and when your icon changes to this symbol, you can drag to increase the size of that. But there's a faster way. Let me go back. There's a faster way. Just click this right top left corner arrow, that top left corner box there. It's select all your data completely. So what I will do is I will just double click any of this column bar. If I double click on it, it will automatically rearrange all my columns to fit into the data that are provided there. Okay, I'm going to reload my spreadsheet to internet issues. I'll select the top left corner, double click any column separator, data aligned automatically. All right. Okay, while that is loading, please note that what we'll be doing to this data set is to apply a series of formatting such that our data will be well arranged, well organized, and we'll be able to do our analysis proper. Now, this has automatically adjusted to fit into the length of the longest text that I have per columns. And that is pretty too wide. I may want to do it manually now, but that's a good way to work on it automatically. All right, you can adjust the size of your cells to fit into what you want to do. And another good practice is if your text are going beyond the cells, you can as well use this option called go to format, go to text wrapping. We have three types of wrapping. Overflow. Overflow means you want your text overflow to the next cell. Wrap means you want your text to be constrained into the cell that it is. Clip will clip it off. The remaining excess will be clipped off. So if I use a wrap will automatically adjust all cells and all text to fill into the cells, and it will adjust the cells size automatically. All right. What else? Our data is looking nice. What else can we do to this data to make it very, very presentable and ability to work well with it? Because it's in a table format, I might want to do an alternating colors such that my table will be very, very clear and very, very attractive to work with. Now, why are we doing all this? We're just using the functionalities of the formatting of Google Sheets. So if I go to Format, I can scroll down to Alternating Colors. If I click Alternating Colors, it opens this section and it tells me, do you want to arrange your table in this manner? It's asking me if I have an header. If I uncheck, it will assume I do not have an header, but I have an header. So if I click it, it makes the header to be distinguished from all other data. So I can choose any pre-installed format style, or I can adjust mine down here. So maybe I'm good with this gray, and when you are done, you can just close it, and you have it well arranged and in this format. Now, another thing to do is working on the data set you have. One thing I want to show you as a beginner is you can apply any of this formatting, italicize your text. You can strike through, you can change the color of your text to whatever you want, and you can use the fill-in colors. You can align your text to left, center, or right, however you want to do it. All you just need to do is select the cell and apply all this formatting. Now we have this data. What's this data set about? It has indicators, unit, subgroup, area, ID, time period, source, and all of that. I might want to know the different units that I have. That's why and where I'll be introducing us to another way of arranging our data and finding meaning with data, which is called data filtering. I want to filter this data such that I will only have data that have multi-choice in my row B. But as you can see, as I scroll down, my header was missing. So a quick tip to do is to freeze my header row. So if I scroll down, my header row remains visible. So what do? You click the number 1 row. When you click it, it selects the entire row. Then you go to view, and there's an option called freeze. Then I can say I want to freeze row 1. And if I want to freeze more than row 1, I will definitely choose the number of rows. So if I click on freeze row 1, now it is frozen. If I scroll down, my header is still showing again. So filtering my data to only show what I want to see. You are going to highlight all your header, then go to this icon, funnel-like icon, to freeze my header. There's an arrow that says create new filter view. We will come to that. But for now, if I select that and just click the funnel, it will put this funnel-like structure beside all my headers. This means I can filter each column of my spreadsheet. Now, I want to see how many single choice I have. So I go to the header of single choice, the icon, filter icon, you click it. And it shows us all the unique values that you have. If you look at this, you have multi-choice. These are all the unique values that are present in the whole of those columns. So if I want to just see a particular one, which is single choice, I'll just click on clear to clear everything and select the only one I want to see. So I'll select single choice here and click on OK. Automatically, it will hide every other detail that does not have single choice. So what am I having here now? I'm having only data that has units to be a single choice. So you can do that for any other cell. Now, if I want to see all the units of single choice in a particular year, I've already filtered for single choice. Then I go to time period and click the icon 2 and choose the year. So it's going to give me all the cells that are single choice now and the year I want. I can click all. If I want 2017 and 2018, you can click as many. Then you click on OK. Then it will filter this to show single choice and time period of 2017 and 2018 alone. This is a quick data analysis usage to see at a glance your data and what you are interested in seeing. Now, to take away this filter, just click on the icon again and remove all those filters. Or a faster way, just come here and click on remove filter. You click on this funnel icon again and it removes all the filter straight away. That is one way of using the filter function. Now, if I had shared this file and a couple of people are working on this file simultaneously, it will be out of place for me to filter, because if I filter for myself, I've filtered for everybody. But I still need to filter to see the things that are pertaining to what I want. So that's where the filter view comes in. I've selected my header again, then I click this arrow and there's a portion here that says create new filter view. If I click on create new filter view, it will create a filter view that is peculiar to myself alone. And you can see that the spreadsheet header has changed to some black background. And whatever filtering I do now will be visible to only me and not to everybody working on this sheet. So using filter view is a way to go if you are working collaboratively with other users. So I can do the same thing here. I can filter for myself, whatever I want to do. And let's say I want to filter for people with multi-choice, and that will be for myself alone. I'll just click on that, select multi-choice, clear everything that I have here, select multi-choice, and click OK. Maybe I am interested in multi-choice. Then I can copy all the data that involves multi-choice and paste it into a new sheet. How do I create a new sheet? If you come to the bottom left of my screen, you'll see the plus icon here. This plus icon says add sheet. If you click on that plus icon, it will create a new sheet that is automatically named sheet 1. That might not be the name I want. I'll just double click on that sheet name and label it, let's say, my summary. Enter. That is the way to create a new tab. And on that new tab, I can do so many other things. I can delete it if I don't want anymore. I can duplicate it. So you can work on a particular sheet. You just click for a new tab to open. Then you begin to do any of this. You can copy to, you can change the color. I can change the color to red. It will put a red line. I can protect it. I can hide it. If I want to hide this sheet, all I just need to do is click hide sheet. If I click on hide sheet, it will definitely make the sheet hidden. You can see at this point, this bottom right point saying sheet hidden. And how do I access my hidden sheet? Come to this hamburger icon here showing all sheets. If I click it, I can see my summary sheet hidden here. So all I need to do is click on summary and I have my summary tab back. Now, let's say I want to work on data containing multi-choice alone. I've already filtered for myself to show only multi-choice. So what I will do is I will now highlight all the cells showing. And one quick way to highlight if you have a large set of data is click in your top left cell, then hold down Shift and Control, then click on the right arrow. Now, if I'm too fast, no problems. There will be a replay of this, and there will also be the scripts to follow through after this session. Just make sure you wait till the end of this lesson to get access to all of that. So once again, I'm going to do it. I'll click on my first cell, hold down Shift and arrow, click the arrow showing right. If I click it, it highlights all my header for me. Then I'll click on down arrow again. If I click on down arrow, it will highlight all my cells that I have on this sheet. So I'll have to reload this again. Okay, the process is the same. First, you filter, then select first row. Then if I hold on my Shift and Control and I click the down arrow, it selects all the data I have here. But for the sake of this, Let me just select a few. And if I've selected that, I can do Control C, then go to my new tab, click on it, and paste it there. There are various ways of pasting, and I want you to listen carefully to this. I can right-click into the cell I want my data to start from and click on Paste. The shortcut for paste is Control V. If I click on Paste, it will paste it just the way it was from the other place I copied from. Now let me go back again. There's another way to paste, which is what I want you to learn now. It's called Paste Special. What do we mean by Paste Special? Paste Special gives us other options of pasting any data that is copied. You can paste the values alone. That's values only, or format only, or formula only, or your conditional formatting only. You can paste only the data validation only, and you can post or paste the transposed. Transposed means columns now rearranging to cells now rearranging to column. All of this we will practice in this lesson. So if I choose values only, let's see what shows. It pasted the values only without all the formatting on the cells. You can see that I have some gray formatting here. It didn't copy the formatting. It only pasted the values. And this is a good skill to use when you are copying and pasting into someone else's template or someone else's sheet. Because pasting directly will distort what that person already has, all the formatting that person has, and all of that. And I'm going to demonstrate that now. Let's say I want to copy this, Control C, then I want to paste it in the previous tab. Then I click on my first tab and I right click and I use paste. If I paste on it, it is going to distort the chemistry or the features that I already have here. So all I should do is to paste the value. That's one option for paste special. Another way is to paste the values only. So if I click on, if I go back to copy and I paste the format only, and I paste the format only, it will paste only the format that was on the other sheet, and it will just put it on this sheet. So you can see the format pasted with that gray. That's another paste special option. And you can paste only the formulas, you can paste only conditional formatting, and all of that. That is that about paste special. One more thing before we go into an interactive session, let me go out of this filter view. You can always click this X at the right corner and you go out of filter preference of one column. Let's say I want to arrange this data such that 2017 comes up first. All the values of 2017 comes up first and all of that. So what do? If you click a colon, you have highlighted everything there. So if I click a colon and I drag it to the last, make sure all your cells are selected like this. Then we want to sort. Sort means you want to arrange in a particular order. So if I want to sort this, I've highlighted make sure you highlight all your data first. And the simplest way to do that is to click on the column headers. You can hold down Shift and click on the last one. So I'm going to do that again. It's either you do that or you just click and drag to the last column. Now you go to data and you will see sort range. Under sort range, you have sort range by column A or column B. But unfortunately, my time period is not on column A or B. So I need to define my sorting. So it's a good practice to do data, sort range, then come to advanced range sorting. The advanced range sorting option, when I click it, it opens up this dialog box. And the first thing is asking me, does my data, does it have an heading? Does it have a heading? Yes. I click on this checkbox. Immediately, before clicking the box, you can see it's showing column A, B, and C. Immediately, I say it has an heading. It begins to show the column headers. The column headers that I have, indicator unit, and all of that. And don't forget, I want to sort by time. So I go to time period. When you click on time period, it asks you, do you want to sort from A to Z? A to Z means alphabetical order in ascending order. It can be alphabetical order or ascending order. Z to A means the other way around. Now I want my time period to arrange from the least to the highest. So this A to Z is in order. Now let's assume I want to sort by time range and also by unit. I can also click on add another sort. So I can sort by a series of columns. So I can now choose units. And I want my units to also arrange in, let's say, descending order here now. You can also add another and another. But let's see what this gives us. So you click on sort here. This data set will be sorted first by time, then by unit. And that is done. Now look at my time period. The 2017 are up and the other years are down. And for my unit, it is sorted in descending order. You can see Y comes first and all of that. That is another way to sort your data and to make sure you have relevant data that you want. Now, this is an intro to Google Spreadsheets. We will be going to working with real-life data and making sense out of our data. All right, at this juncture, I want you to be a part of this training. From these little things that we have learned, I want us to take a little quiz. And if you have not signed up to Slido, quickly do that now. I'm going to show some quiz now. If you are on your device for the Slido, get set to test our knowledge about just these few things we have learned so far. All right, are you ready? Yes. First question. One major advantage of Google Sheets over Excel is, please click on the correct option. Use of formulas and functions, the collaboration feature, or calculating fast and easy. What is one advantage of Google Sheets over Excel? Right? Seconds more. All right. 95% of us chose collaboration features and 5% calculating fast and easy. I'm giving you some seconds to do that. All right. If you chose the collaboration feature, you are correct because that is the feature that really makes it to stand out. 101 person can be working on a spreadsheet from any device at all, from your phone, from your laptop, from anywhere, and all will be synchronized almost instantly. Excel use formulas and functions. Calculating is also fast and easy with Excel, but this one, collaboration feature distinguishes. All right, let's go to the next. This is the correct answer. Let's go to the next question. Okay, Temi Tokwe is the leader. I was the first person to answer correctly, followed by Abiodun, Salimonu, Olalekan is the third, and Modupe and Dayo. These are the 5 top persons to answer in the quickest time of 11 seconds to 13 seconds. So are you ready for the next? Now, let's go. You can start a new Google Sheets by downloading the software, going to sheets.new in your browser, importing a sheet from your drive. What is the body? All right, some seconds to go. And we have so many B's. All right, B is the correct answer. Going to sheets.new in your browser. Next question. We can add data to Google Sheets by importing files from PowerPoint, from CSV file, from Excel file, by typing in the cells. Which of these are correct? See many B's. In 26% chose CSV file, Excel file, 19% typing in the cells, 5% PowerPoint. And keep it coming. You can use the Slido or type in the chat room. All right, let's go. We got it right. 3 answers are correct here. Could be CSV from Excel file, and you can type directly into your cells. So for this, Abiodun Salimonu is the leader, by Modupe, Helen, and Adewale Dada and Abiola. Good job, everyone, participating in this. All right, well done, our leaders. Let's go to the next. Which of the following is or are paste special options? Values only, transposed, image only, format only. Thank you. I can see your answers on the chat room and on Slido too. We have 93% going for values only, 41 transposed, image only 11, format only 63%. Now let's check for the correct answer. Now, if you chose values only, you are correct. Transposed, you are correct. Format only, you are correct. So when you right-click a cell after copying and go to paste special, you can paste only the value. You can paste a transposed. A transposed means changing your rows to columns and columns to row. We will see all of this in play in the course of this module. And we can paste only the format without pasting the values. Correct. We can't, there's no image only option under paste special. So thank you everyone for participating. Wow. Abiola is our leader in this quiz section with the fastest time, 46 seconds, followed by Abiodun Salimonu, Ezekiel, third, Olalekan, fourth, and Yemisi. Thank you for participating in this. Now, the next one is, which Google Sheets feature do you appreciate the most? Keep on typing. We have so many people for collaboration, so many for paste special. We have more people choosing collaboration, followed by paste special, the collaborative feature. Keep it coming, keep it coming. We have 16 people. So for now, we have more people choosing collaboration. Awesome, awesome. Data collaboration, larger size, collaborative feature, formatting, sorting. But in all, we all voted for collaboration. All right, thank you for participating in this. And sincerely, this is one of the outstanding features of Google Sheets. And we will see that play out in our next assignment. All right, thank you, everyone. Now, we are going to the part B of this lesson, which is solving a business scenario. PrimeTech Academy is an edtech company that produces different educational products for schools and students. The company has branches across the globe. Recently, they are having customer satisfaction problems. Customers are beginning to lose interest in them and their products. Emily, the company's vice president, has commissioned you, the project manager, to conduct a survey to check the level of customer satisfaction across the globe in order to find the missing puzzle. Deep dive into these issues and prefer data-driven solution. So you had a meeting with your team and you agreed to use Google Form to get information from client, and this will be compiled and analyzed using Google Sheets. This is a business problem. How do we solve it? Using Google Sheets to get information from clients and bringing it into Google Sheets and doing some analysis. This is going to be a practical part of this lesson where we will learn how to import data from real-life survey, and we'll work on the data from the backend to make data-driven decisions. Now, I've already prepared the form that we will use for this assignment, and I titled it Client Feedback Form from PrimeTech Academy. Now, the objective of this lesson is not to really put us through creation of Google Forms, but how to use the Google Form backend data to analyze. But I'm going to run through it because I'm still going to create a course on this, but I'll run through this so that you can just pick it up and use it for your project, because a project is coming up where you will analyze the data on your own and prepare solutions. So I want everybody to concentrate here and follow through. Creation of Google Form, it's as easy as going to your Drive, go to New, and you will see Google Forms. If Google Forms is not showing, go to More, you will see Google Forms. Another way is go to your browser and type forms.google.create. When you click form.google, forms.google.com, and you click on the plus icon, just the same way we are able to access Sheets. Everything we have done for Sheets, just replace the Sheets with Forms, and you are good to go. So you can just click the icon to start a blank one, and you can start from a pre-made template. But for the sake of this, we'll start from a blank one, and you begin to create your forms. I'm going to run through forms creation, then I'll go back to the forms I've created, share the link, and ask us to input our data, and we'll begin to analyze in real time. First thing, you title your form with whatever you want. Let's say Google Sheet. Google Sheet feedback. And it's a good thing to always use your topic, you copy it and make it the title of your form. And like I did for Google Sheet, there's this move to folder icon. Make it a good culture to always save your work in a folder that you can always access them. So I'm going to save this. It's either I can create a new folder, give it a name and save it there, but I want to save it here. So all my files and folders are well arranged in my folder. Now, the first thing is untitled question. If I click it, I can ask any question I want to ask from my client. Let's say I want to ask, what's your name? Just type it in there. Now, look at this box over here. We have a multi-choice. We have short answer. When you select short answer, you are giving the responder ability to type in whatever he or she thinks is the response to your question. It is ideal to use short answer for your name. But what if it is another thing, maybe a question? If the respondent to type a long text to answer your question. While multi-choice is restricting your respondent to only the options you are giving them. And only one of the options is correct. For example, I want to do 4 plus 5. In option 1, I click in the option 1. I put any option. And, it's giving me options to choose to add 4, 5, 3, or 2. I can select that and I begin to edit. I can choose 6. I can choose 9. And let's say I'm only okay with these 3. So what I'm just saying is the responder is limited to choosing one of these options, multi-choice. Now we have for checkboxes. Checkboxes it has changed to box, gives the respondent to choose more than one option. The difference between multi-choice and checkbox is for multi-choice, only one option can be chosen. For checkboxes, you can choose more than one boxes. That is if you're having an option where more than one answers or more than one option can be chosen. Like what's your favorite country of destination? You might have more than enough. So you choose all of that. All right, we can have drop down arrow. This one will, if I choose drop down, if I click on this preview, this is how drop down shows. It doesn't list everything until you click on the drop down. And that's how to create Google Form in a nutshell. We can also have file upload. We can have linear scale. Now let me talk about this because you will need it for your project. Linear scale is, let's say I'm looking for satisfaction rating. Satisfaction rating, where 1 is the least. Let's say 1 is the least satisfied and 5 is the most. You type least for 1 and most for 5. If I see this in real time, if I click preview, this is the way it shows. So your respondent has the option to choose any that is applicable to him, where 1 is the least and 5 is the most. So that is that. Now let's go to the data the form I've already created, which is tagged client feedback form for Prime Tech Academy. I am going to share the link to this. I'll put it when you click send and you click on this icon, you can get the link for your form. I want to shorten it by clicking on this. Then I copy. I will put this in the chat room. Please click on it and attend to the questions. I've done that. If you can access it, kindly give me a minute. If you can't see it, that now. You can copy that link and put it in your browser to access. If it's clickable, you can click directly. Now, doing that, you access to this form. And this is what this is what I will do. So that everybody can access it. I want to disable the option for emails. Okay, you can refresh now. You don't need emails anymore to access it. Into your emails account to access it anymore. All right, this is what you see. So you can, there's email option, there's first name option. So you just type in your email, whatever it is, first name, choose a country, any country that you are representing, and choose a product. Now, what I've done here is to create a form that will help us capture the issues with the company. The company is having customer satisfaction problem, and they have branches all over the world. That's why I'm putting the option of country. So whichever country the client is, don't forget that we are sending this to the client, and the client will fill this, and they will choose favorite product. These are all the products they have. Choose one. Then quality of the products. I want to see if our products quality are poor, fair, or good. Then their satisfaction rating with our products, where 1 is least or 5 is the best. Let's choose 5. Their clients, how much do they spend monthly with us? All this data I need so that I can know which aspect or which branch is contributing to the low customer satisfaction that we are experiencing. And I've also put an option that your best department, which department is doing well whenever you have encounter with us. Is it the HR, the IT, the admin? Now, this is a data analysis thinking. It is open. I want to find out where the issues are so we can know where to concentrate on. That's the essence of this assignment, of knowing where we have issues as regards customer satisfaction, because we have customers and clients all over the world. So I've created this simple spreadsheet to capture that. And if I finish imputing my data, any comments, if you have yes or no, I click on submit. Then you can edit more response and submit more and more. So if you are able to access, I think about 14 people have responded. So keep it coming. We will see how to link all these our responses to a Google spreadsheet, and we will do an analysis on them. So 14 people have responded, and these are their responses. Countries, please feel free to choose any country, and feel free to submit as many responses as possible. Awesome, keep it coming. All right, we have deployed this form for our clients so that we know their pain points and why our customers are not satisfied with us anymore. We have gotten responses. Then the next thing to do in your Google Sheets is, this is where I made the questions. When you click on responses, I can see the number of people that have responded, and the responses are increasing per time. Just keep on doing that. But listen to this part. As long as this button is still green, this form will still be accepting responses. But if you look at this green box with a plus icon, what does it say? It says create spreadsheet. Create spreadsheet. If you click on that icon, it brings out two destinations. First one, create a new spreadsheet. That means whatever our clients have imputed, I want it to automatically sync into a new Google spreadsheet. That's if I choose this option. If I choose this option, I'm saying, no, don't create a new spreadsheet. I already have a spreadsheet created. I want it to show in that spreadsheet that I've created. But for the sake of this lesson, I'll choose create new spreadsheet. So when you click on create new spreadsheet, select create new spreadsheet, then you click on create here. Look at what happens when I click create. It automatically generates a Google spreadsheet with all the responses in the cells. This is pretty awesome. And that's another advantage of Google Sheets. You can link it with Google Forms and you can begin to do your analysis there. Now, let us analyze the input. On the first column, what do we have? Timestamp. The time, the day and time that each person responded will be automatically captured here. You can see that the last person we have here was on row 27. You can see another person just dropped. It keeps on increasing as long as the form is still collecting data. So automatically it will create timestamp. So you can analyze the time with which your form is responded to. That might be your area of concentration. And because I've asked this form to collect email address, and we have it in column B, first name in C, and last name, the country. From this data, we have so many people from Nigeria. F is talking about their favorite products. Quality of products is G. H is satisfaction rating of each one of them. Wow, isn't this brilliant? Now, we have a data to work with. Next assignment is to analyze this data and see what our clients are seeing from their own end. So we will provide data-driven decision to help solve the problem. Automatically, the tab is tagged Form Responses 1. You can change it or leave it. But it's of best practice. If your form is still accepting data, not to work on the tab that the response is dropping. So rather create a new sheet. Don't forget how to create a new sheet is to click the plus icon. When you click the plus icon, I want to tag this analysis. So let me call this data. And I'll click another sheet. I will name that analysis. Now from the data tab, because I don't want to do any analysis on this sheet because it is still accepting responses. If I'm done accepting responses and I've locked the form, I can work on this. But since it's still accepting responses, I'll go to another tab that I've labeled data. I want to do something. In cell A1, this will help us introduce the use of formula and functions. In spreadsheet, any formula or function you want to use starts with an equal sign. So I'm going to put equal. My objective is to automatically capture everything on that form response here so that I can now begin to work from here. So what I want to do is in my A1, I'll put equal sign. Then I'll click on my form response tab. I'll select the whole of column A. To select the whole of a column, you click on the column heading and hold down Shift and select the last column where I have data. So basically, I've highlighted from column A to B. Now, look up here into the formula bar. You can see that my equal to, if I go back to my data, my equal to, I'm not done with the formula, my equal to form responses 1, that's the name of this tab, column A to K has been highlighted. So what you will do now, you hold down Control Shift and click Enter. When you hold down Control Shift and click Enter, it automatically puts this array formula. What array formula does is, okay, you are working on multiple range at a time. Don't forget, it only does that if you hold down Control, Shift, and Enter. If you click only Enter, there will be a problem. Enter normally should give us response, but in this case, I'm applying my formula to so many range and column at once. That's why it's putting array formula. Just learn this for now. We will do more functions and formulas in our subsequent class, and this will be a very easy peasy for you. But for the sake of this, click on the first column, A1, type equal to, go to your form responses, highlight all the columns that has data, then come back here and click Control, Shift, Enter. Click it once, it puts array formula. Click it again, and let's see what happens. So, Control, Shift, Enter, put array formulas there. Then you just click on Enter. And with that one formula, all the data here has come here. Isn't that beautiful? So I can begin to work here. And as this data is increasing here from the form response, it will definitely be uploading here, because this formula says everything in form response 1 from A to K should be populating here. So this is my data that I'll be working with. I will not reference this, I'll be working with it. Now, as good practice, remember, your header should stand out. Let me put a bold and put a background color. You can work on the column size. When you highlight all the column and you double click at once, it automatically adjusts all your columns to fit in to all the data that is there. Because my header here is so long, I want to select my header row. Then don't forget there's this option called wrapping. I want to wrap it and make it smaller. Automatically it will wrap and fit in into the cell. So I want it such a way that I can see all of my data at once. So these are some of the formatting that we learned earlier, and you can just play with this. There's no hard and fast rules about this. You can just work with this. So now we have our data from our Google Forms intact to work with. What is our objective again? We want to find out why and where we are having low customer rating and why are our customers dissatisfied. I have my clients' names, their first and last name, country with which they reside and purchase our products, their favorite products, quality of our products according to their own standard, and the rating they have given us. Okay. Data analysis is about thinking with data to solve problems. My options are, I want to know where these clients are. And when I get where they are from, I want to know which particular country are the clients having most dissatisfaction. And all of that is ringing in my head. But the first thing I want to do is, okay, where are my clients from? And I might want to analyze, because my data is right here in front of me. I have country, which I can know where my clients are from. I have favorite products. I might want to know my client's favorite products. So that might be my second question. Favorite products. Also, my average rating of our products. Then we will now find out which country has the least customer rating. So because we have branch in each of the country, this question 4 will help us know which of our branches are the customers dissatisfied the most. Then it will help us shape on working on that branch about customer service and all of that. So answering these questions will give us a clue into how our customers are faring. Now, where do we start from? Where are my customers? To know where our customers are from, this column shows all the countries where our clients are from. I might want to know, question 1, I might want to have all the countries that our customers are from. That means I want to have all the unique countries that are here. Now, understand and underline that word unique. So I will introduce a formula called unique. let me label this place countries, and below it I'm going to impute a function called unique. First, put an equal to. I like working in this formula tab. Then I type in unique. Now unique has come up. You know, this Google Sheet has this intelligence to tell you what you are trying to do. When you click on the function, it gives you all the criteria needed for the function to work. Unique needs a range to work with. And where is the range I'm looking for? I will just, since the bracket is opened, I'll go to data, where I want to get the data from, and I'll select here. I'll just select, click on E. The reason I'm clicking on E is the data keeps on increasing. It will always capture the latest data. When you click on E, you can see it has written data with an exclamation mark. Data with an exclamation mark says you are choosing from a tab called data. The name of a tab is always ended with an exclamation mark. Then which column are you working on? I'm choosing from column E to E. E colon E means everything in E. I'll close my bracket and I'll click enter. You can see that this one formula has brought out all the unique countries of all my clients. So I now have clients from Nigeria, Canada, Eritrea, Kenya, Afghanistan, and all of that. That is the first thing. But the question is, how many people responded from Nigeria? That will lead me to another concept. I want to count the number of Nigerians that I have here. Then I will use, don't forget that we have used unique functions to pick out the unique values. Now we are going to use count. The count functions count numbers, but we are going to use a special kind of count called count if. Now, count if is count the number of criteria Nigeria that I have in this column. Now let's see how that works. In front of Nigeria, I'm going to put an equality sign. Then I'll do a count if. I'll do a count if. Now you can do, there's a count if, there's a count ifs. Now write it at the corner of your notebook that I suggest that you always use count ifs. Count if takes just one criteria. Count ifs can take one or more. So if you use a count ifs for one criteria, it will still give you your response. So use ifs. So I will choose count ifs. Now choosing count ifs says, what is the criteria range? Where is my criteria range? Now, what I want to do is the number of Nigerians or Nigerian that responded to my form. So where is the criteria range? Where is the range? The range is in data. So I go back to data tab and click on column E again. Now I put a comma because I still have more ranges. More criteria to work with. Now come back to the analysis tab. Put a comma. A comma tells you that this comma says, I'm done with this criteria range. So what's the criterion? In this group of cells that you have highlighted, what do you want to count there? I want to count the number of Nigeria that I have there. So my criteria will be to click in the cell having Nigeria. Let's check the criteria again. Count ifs needed a criteria range, a column where all the data are, and a criterion. If you click this arrow, this down arrow, it gives you an example. So it makes it easier to remember all these things. You don't need to cram them. The first thing is the range, then the next one is the criteria. In this case, I have just one criteria, which is Nigeria. I could have typed Nigeria. I can do that. I can type Nigeria in. If I type Nigeria, just the way it's showing, it will give me the same answer. But in Google Sheet, if I'm typing a string is a set of text. I must put it in quotation mark. I must put it in quotation mark. So close my bracket. What is my data range from data tab EE? I'm looking for only Nigeria. Put Nigeria in quotation, then click enter. You can see it's telling me that I have 19 persons from Nigeria. Isn't that awesome? So if I count this, it might definitely give me 19. Now I want to check for other countries. In Google Sheets, since a formula is here, I can put my cursor to the bottom right corner, and when it changes to cross sign, I drag it down. But dragging it down, everything is 19, which is not correct. But because everything is showing Nigeria. So for this one, I have to change to Canada. This one I have to change to Eritrea. What if I have 1,000,000 rows? That is why instead of using Nigeria, I will use the cell containing Nigeria. So I'll click on D3. I'll replace this one with D3. D3 is the cell containing Nigeria. And I'll click enter. It still gives me my 19. So if I drag it down now, look at what happens. It gives me the actual number, because Google Sheet is so wise, and also Excel, when you drag down, it changes to the corresponding cell. You can see this one automatically changed to that. This one automatically changed to that. So I have 19 respondents from Nigeria, 4 from Canada, and like that. These people have responded to this sheet. So I can say count as the title here. Good. Most of my clients are from Nigeria. I've answered my first question. So, favorite products. Favorite products. Let me go back again. Where do I have the products? I want to freeze this. Favorite product, column F. Which product has the highest count? First, I will do my unique as usual. Let me put my unique formula here. So I want to find first, don't forget when you put in your unique and bracket, you go to your data and select column F. Then close your bracket, click enter. So these are the products that my clients have chosen as their favorite product. So now the question is the same thing we did with count. How many people chose quiz maker app? How many people chose this? How many people chose this? I'm sure your guess is as good as mine. We are going to use the same formula that we use here, which is count if. So one beautiful thing is I can just copy this formula, come here, paste it, and change. Now my data is no more in E, is in F. I'll just change that to F. F is where those values are. So it's not D3, but G3. G3. Enter. So 7 people love Quizmaker. But look at the autofill function of Google Sheets. It's suggesting to me, should I autofill this? I have an idea of what you are trying to do. It's like you want to copy the formulas down. Should I go ahead for you? I will say, if it is not right, I will say no, but I think it's right here. Let me check. Yes, it's correct. It's picking this one. It's picking that one. So the count if formulas have shown me which products my clients love the most. I'll do the same thing. Love the most. I'm beginning to get to somewhere with my analysis. They love Quizmaker, 7 of them, and 9 loved general school grading app and like that. So I have the idea of the favorite app. In case this data is so much, let me do something here. Let me highlight the 2 cells and insert a chart. I go to Insert tab, then I go to a chart, click on Charts. I want to see pictorially what this data is saying. You know, Google Sheet is so smart, it has given me a pie chart to represent my data and show the percentage of the number of counts that we have. But you can change it. I want to change it to a bar chart. You can change it here. Under setup, you can change to any graph that you like and choose the graph. I've chosen this. Then do I want to do stacking? No. I can do all of my setup here. We'll come to that more in the next training. So pictorially, I can see that most of my clients love general school grading app. Now, that is there. Now, what is the average rating? Average rating of that my clients give me and my products. Let me put that here. Average rating. Average rating. So this will, I want to merge this cell, select the 2 cells and click on this merge icon here. Then I'll click on center to centralize it. Average rating. Let me tag it overall average rating. Overall average rating can be gotten from another function called average, as the name sounds. Let me quickly go to the chat room. Someone was asking, sir, can we use unique function works like pivot? Yes, it's part of those functions put together to make pivot table work. We will get to that in subsequent lesson. Now, how do we get the average rating? Average rating is gotten by checking all the ratings here and finding the average. It's as simple as that. Like I said, there's a function called average. We are learning average again. What average does is to find average. Simple. So I'll put my equality sign as usual. Type average and double click it. And average says, what's the value? What are the values you are looking for the average? That's when I'll go to my data. I'll go to where my data is and I'll click on the first value here. Hold down. Because data keeps coming in, I will type, I'm starting from H2 and to H. I'm supposed to put the end that the data ends, but the data keeps coming. So you just put the letter. So I'm starting from H2 to H, to wherever it ends. If I know where it ends, I'll just put H30. But data is still coming in. I don't know. So I just do H2 to H. Then I click enter. And this gives me the average rating for my products, which is what? 3.551 something something. The decimal point is too much. I can come here. Here it says decrease decimal places. Let me just keep on clicking this to decrease the decimal places to 3.5. Let me merge it and center it. So let me make this bold, increase it. So what is my average rating? 3.55 out of 5. Can you see that my customers are not really satisfied with my product? So a good rating should be from 4.5 and stuff like that. Then there's a lot of work to do for me. Now, I've gotten the favorite, my client country, where, the apps they like, the average rating. Now the last question, which country has the least rating? I need to concentrate on the branch of those countries and work on them. That's what I want to get now. You can see that we are answering business questions using data, not just using God's instinct. Now, these are the counts of my country. I can have the average of the ratings of each country. So I will know in Nigeria, what's the average rating? The average rating is so-so. In Canada, what's the average rating? It's so-so. So I'm going to add that to this table here. So I will intentionally create a new column. To create a new column, click on the letter of the column, right click, click insert columns to right or left. Choose whether you want to write right or left. This one I want to add to right. Now I will put rating here. To see how Nigerians are rating my product, how Canadians are rating my product, and all other countries. And don't forget, we are looking for average rating. Average rating. Now that will introduce us to another function which I called average if. Now, anytime you hear the word if, I need you to write this down somewhere. Anytime you hear the word if, you are testing a condition. Because the function if itself It's test a condition. If this condition is satisfied, do this. If this condition is not satisfied, do that. So average if means find the average of this data if this criteria is fulfilled. So what we want to do is find the average rating of all the countries if the country is Nigeria. That is why I'm using average if. How does it work? In front of here, I'll type my function, average if. Google Sheet is smart. Don't forget, I said always use the ifs. For ifs, you can use a number of criteria. So I'm going to choose from here. Now, average ifs works like count ifs, sum ifs, and all other ifs. What range do you want to find average of? Don't forget, my range is where? In data, where I have the what? The satisfaction. Click on the first one. Then go back to your analysis tab. Put in your colon. Because my average starts from H2. And put in the last data. Because I don't know the last data, the data keeps coming. I'll just put in H. That is my average range. You can see that it has highlighted average range. Then what's next? Put a comma. Now, what is the criteria range? That column contains all the countries. So which country in particular? Then I'll type Nigeria. But we have learned when we're doing count if not to hard code the country name. Rather, we click the cell of that country. And that's all. Then I put my parenthesis. Every function, after writing the function name, start with a parenthesis and close with a parenthesis. Then click enter. Okay. I was actually looking for country where there is satisfaction. That's why it has brought out this error. So what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to find the average of this satisfaction rating if the country is what? Is Nigeria. So we are using the E, not the H. Okay. What is the range I want to find the average from? That is the H. What is my criteria range? My criteria range is where I'm having the country names. And this is from E2 to E. Because I don't know the end yet. So I'm going to put data, the name of that sheet, E2 colon E, comma. Now, what is the criteria? I'm looking for where Nigeria is in this Nigerian column. Enter. This guy too is very smart. I will click on OK to autofill. Now I'm going to explain again. How does average if works? Average ifs ask for a minimum of 3 criteria. Number 1, average range. Which range do you want to find the average? And we have defined that here, that we want to find the average of this H column where we have our satisfaction rating. Then, which criteria do you want to average from? From the range of countries. This is where the range of countries are. And which criteria in the country? Nigeria. So, and Nigeria data is where? Is in D3. That's why we have D3 there. And these are the average rating. The same way I did, let me sorry. I want to reduce the excess decimal points. Let me keep it to 1 decimal places. So I have found the average rating of each country. That means in Nigeria, they rated us 3.6. In Canada, 3.3. Here 4, here 2. Here, what is it? Now let me use a chart to see the pictorial view of this. Insert, chart, now I don't want this chart to involve the count. I want to do the chart for countries and rating alone. So what I will do, I will select country, hold down Control, and select average rating. Then go to Insert, Chart. So it will do for just country and rating alone. From this graph, why do we use chart? Chart makes it easier to see pictorially what the data is saying. So if this data is so large, this graph had shown to me that Andorra has the least rating. Eritrea, Kenya, France, and Algeria, they have the highest rating. Even Canada is not so much. Nigeria. So as a data analyst, from this data that I've done, I can generalize that we need to work more on our staff in Andorra because the clients are not smiling over there. And moreover, in Canada, the rating is 3.3. That's on the average. Our staff needs training on customer service. And the average rating of Nigeria is 3.6. So, to a satisfactory level, I have answered these 4 business questions, finding and looking for what the data is saying so that it will inform me on what to do to improve the situation. So it is so glaring that our average rating is poor. We need to do something fast. Our average rating is 3.55 on the average. And Andorra, they are not smiling there. There's something happening in Andorra branch that needs to be attended to. And our favorite product is general school grading app. Most people don't like preschool grading app. So maybe we'll reduce our advertisements on this one and increase our advertisement on this one. These are the answers and responses that data give to business, and from here we can infer and conclude and submit a detailed analysis of our findings to the vice president, showing all these graphs and our likely suggestion to these present problems. Wow, I think we have all learned a thing or two. At this time, we want us to ask questions and relate together for a few minutes as we are rounding up. Then I'm going to share our assignment link. It is related to this kind of business solution where you will work on, and you will share your link with me, and you'll be rated and you'll be scored. Don't forget, there's a certificate at the end of these classes, and you will be qualified for the certificate if you have 75%. This is lesson 1. We will have 2 and 3. Next week, we will focus on functions and formulas and how to maneuver functions to get data and pull data and do a higher level of analysis than we have done today. So the last thing I want to show us before we wrap up that will help you for your own project is sharing. Nobody can work on this except I share with them. And if you look at this green button on this top right corner, it says, just hovering over it, you can see that's private to only me. So if I click it, it brings option, share with people or groups. I'll begin to type the emails of the people I want to share this with. But because I want to share with a large number of people, I might not be typing all the emails. This is the owner. So I can come here, click on change to anyone with the link. If I click that, change to anyone with the link, it brings out this and gave me some options. There's a drop down arrow here. I can either say restricted. Restricted means only the person I share with. But this one I want to share with anyone that gets this link. Now, anyone that gets this link, what can that person do? What can that person do? That person can only be a viewer. If I click viewer, if I click commenter, the person can only put comments on the sheets. If I put editor, the person can edit my spreadsheets. But for the sake of the assignment that you're going to give me, change this one to viewer, such that I'll be able to view your back-end data and grade you correctly. Now I have changed to anyone with the link can view. Then I'll copy the link. If you click here, you copy the link, then you click on done. So let me drop the link here. This is the link. If I click on this link, it will open this spreadsheet. So I'm going to share your own assignment with you. And this is the way you will paste your own link inside the form I'm going to share with you to do your own assignment. Are you ready? I'm going to share the assignment on the group. And also, I will share a WhatsApp group where we can continue this conversation before next week. So now if you have any question, please put in your questions in a GIF. Scroll down your page, you will see project 1. Project 1 is the link for the first project I will be doing, where you'll be answering some business questions, doing something we have done today. And the second link talks about WhatsApp group, where you can continue this conversation, ask more questions. To show the form, this is what comes up when you click the link. This is lesson 1 assignment. Google Sheet, your name, your country. So you put your name and your country. And you click next. And this is the business question. Exactly these questions that we have talked about. Now, you can rephrase your own data collection fields, but it must include product name, country, customer satisfaction rating, quality of products, average monthly transaction, best department in terms of relationship, among others. So you now administer, you create a form, just as I've created a form, administer to people, let them respond, then you collect your data in spreadsheet just the way I've shown you, then you begin to answer these business questions. So from your data, Which country has the highest rating? You put it in this. You put it here. What is the average rating of all the clients? The best performing department. So you answer all these questions. And the last one, which is most important, paste your Google Sheet link. The link to the Google Sheet where you did your analysis, you paste it here. But read this. Make sure you have shared the link on Google Sheet to anyone with the link can view. And put the link here. Then you submit. Then you get a response to your project. So that's lesson 1, project 1, which everybody will attempt. And if you still have any question, the conversation continues on the group. Please join the WhatsApp group. And if there's any question here now, I will be taking them. Next Saturday, same time for level 2. This, by that time, you would have responded to the project 1 question. Then we will now take that your same project to a higher level of management decision taking. Next week, we'll be learning about advanced functions and getting data, linking sheets together, using data query to query our data, and making exclusive high-level data analysis. Our lesson 3, which will be the final, will be our graduation class, that we will be working with pivot tables and how pivot tables can help us analyze data in the simplest way. And also we'll be creating fantastic and data interactive dashboards which can be updated in real time as the data grows. And we'll be presenting our results to the senior management. By that time, you will be a very fantastic Google Sheets user. Thank you so much. You are amazing. You are wonderful. And I'm here for you to help you get the grasp of Google Sheets, Microsoft Excel. In subsequent weeks, we'll move to SQL, how to query data and work as a good data analyst, specialist, and how to make sense of our data. Thank you for this first part of this training. See you next week, Saturday.